Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel Mixed Masdevallias. As you can see, I'm back in the greenhouse, the orchid house today. We've had terrible weather here in the UK over the last few days. Rain, it's constantly raining, it's raining again now. But what I've done today, I've put a few clips together of what I actually do in this greenhouse during the week. And I hope you find it useful and I hope you find it entertaining. Well, before I get going, I'd like to welcome all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to the channel. Welcome. I'd like to put a thank you out there to a Facebook group called Orchids Gardening, who have been sharing my videos, and their members have been subscribing to the channel. Absolutely brilliant. Many thanks. One of the best Facebook groups out there at the moment is Orchids Gardening, and it's Orchids Social really, but they have a division on gardening. As you also know, I've reached about 1,000 subscribers now, so I'm looking to provide a giveaway, obviously orchid related, price soon. So if you've got any suggestions what it should be, whether it should be a voucher, a plant or bits of equipment, let me know in the comments, and I'll look into it and I'll announce it over the next few weeks, over the next video. I'd also like to thank a local viewer, Val. You've got a wicked sense of humour, Val, I must admit. She dropped off through the letterbox some YouTube stickers. If you look up at the fan in the frame at the moment, you can see it. So yes, Val, I've stuck them all around the greenhouse, so people can see them when I'm filming. But you have got a sense of humour, Val, and I do like them. Thanks very much. Like, by the way, as you know, on the last couple of videos, I've had problems with the audio sound and with the camera. So as from today, I'm now filming with my iPhone, which is my iPhone 11 Pro Max. So I'm hoping to get a better video quality from the iPhone and the audio. So let me know if you think the audio sounds better and the picture quality is better. Let me know in the comments, good or bad. I've got to get it right because I've had viewers saying that they can hardly hear it on some videos, and other people saying, you know, can't you zoom better? Well, the camera I had I thought was a good one, but obviously it wasn't. So hopefully we'll have better luck on the iPhone. The microphone I'm using is a Kimafun 2.4 gigahertz wireless mic. It's recommended by a good friend Jeff of Tropical Plants at 53 degrees north. Cheers, Jeff. I actually got one and I got the adapter, so hopefully the sound will be better on a lot of these videos. Well, let's get started. And another one of the jobs that I like to do on a weekly basis is check my RO system. As you can see, the pressure, it should be about 5. It's at about 4 at the moment. It's going back up. Probably that's because somebody in the house has turned the cold tap on, and the pressure's dropped coming into the greenhouse. Looking at my meter, let's turn it on. Now, I'm sure you can see that my RO water coming in is 242, 241. Let's have a look what it is going into my... Well, there you can see it. Parts per million, between 2 and 3 going into my water butt. I try to do that every week just to make sure I don't need any cartridges changing. But if I look in my sediment, which is like my pre-filter, you can see it's getting a lot of algae on the filament. So what I'm going to do today is take this off, just clean this out, have a good look at that filter and see whether I need to order some more cartridges, because I think it's probably about 6 months since I changed them all, So I'll get on with that. Right, I've taken it out, I've put it in some water. As you can see, I get the old toilet brush, give it a good, get all the algae off the inside of the canister. There we go, tip it all out, go and rinse this out under a cold tap, and that'll do for that. The actual cartridge don't look that bad. We've got a lot of algae build up on the cartridge, but the cartridge isn't that bad. If you look there, if this is all green, then the cartridge has gone, but that probably will last a few more months. But I'm going to get a new pack ordered. Well, that's that job done. Cleaned it out, put it back home. I'm going to get it back up and running. So that's another job that you do when you're growing Masdevallias, or you've got a greenhouse and you've got an RO system. There's so much to do during the day. It's not all about going in there looking at pretty flowers. You've got to get your environment right. You've certainly got to get your water right, because they do not like tap water with all the mineral content in tap water. So what else do I do? Another thing I do today, get some more calcium. I've got a load of eggshells here from out the house. We've had eggs, obviously. I've microwaved them to get rid of all the impurities inside the shell. This is how I grind it up. This is what I now use for calcium. If you follow the channel, you know that I use eggshell. A bit like what they did in the Victorian times. I don't buy CalMag anymore. I just sprinkle eggshell around the top of the plant. I used to use, let me just show you. I used to use this, cracking all the eggs up, which is time consuming. So all of a sudden, we can move that out of the way. I've now got what my daughter don't use anymore, and she gave me NutriBullet, and I just put the eggshells in that and it grinds them all up, and then I feed the Masdevallias, giving them some calcium. I didn't film it grinding all the eggshells up because it's a bit too noisy. So once you've ground it up, what I do, take it off and top up my supply of ground eggshells. Then basically I just get a small scoop, 1/4 inch teaspoon, 1.25 ml, and I just sprinkle that around the top of each plant, and that for me is my calcium for these Masdevallias. So I thought to finish off this bit, I'd just show you how I use my eggshells. So I get a small amount and just place it all along the top of the Mazzy, and that is enough, which will get watered in. But if you do your research, 3 nice spikes on this Boliviensis. If you do your research, eggshells also provide you with not only calcium, but sulfur, potassium, magnesium, sodium. The finer particles, the better, because they break down a lot more easier. And I've found by using the blender, it makes life a hell of a lot easier to get them down to what you need. So for the people who do give their Masdevallias calcium, this is a good way of doing it. So let me go on to another job. One of the good parts about working in a greenhouse and odd jobbing it and doing this and doing that and getting things right is every now and again, have a break, have a cup of coffee and have a look at your plants. Let's see what's in bloom. Well, I've set the camera up at the moment. I'm not sure if you're going to see this, but here on my Coleogene cristata is the first one of the spikes that I've noticed. If I can get the camera down here probably, and just in here, you can see it, is the second one. So without disturbing the plant too much, I'm sure we've got more bloom spikes appearing on this Coleogyna cristata, which usually blooms for me about January, February time. And it is a beautiful plant and it's done well in this greenhouse. So let's carry on. Right, for all you people who follow the channel, you know that I had a problem with the slugs and snails a few months ago, and I went and started using Diatomaceous Earth. And I'm sure other people use Diatomaceous Earth rather than the slug pellets that you used to get put around your garden or your greenhouse. Well, another one of the jobs I like to do every week is, because this leaves a residue, I use it everywhere. On the walls, on the trays, on the plant pots, on the media, on all over the top of the plant. Sometimes after watering, it leaves a residue on top of the leaves. So since I've been using this Diatomaceous Earth, I really have controlled my slug problems. But there's that one side effect that I just said. If you can look at these leaves on this Masdevallia, I'll try and bring it a little bit closer. I'm hoping you can see that. Can you see it? The marks on the leaf look like water. It's like sediment that's on it now. It needs cleaning off. So another job, weekly basis, is I use good old paper towel, bit of RO water, wring it out and clean the leaves. So all the diatomaceous earth that's congregated and left a residue on these leaves, I wipe off. And that, for me, makes them look a lot better. Keeps the leaves clean. I mean, you're going to get dust on leaves and everything, and I know a lot of people clean their leaves, but for me it's purely to get off the diatomaceous earth. Now I know in a week's time this will be the same again, because I've got to do diatomaceous earth one night this week. I spray the greenhouse again, put it all round everywhere I've just said. But I don't want to bore you with all this. I'll finish some of these off camera. I'll just get this done, let you have a quick look what I'm trying to explain, which I think most of you will understand. There, don't that look a lot better? A nice Masdevallia with no diatomaceous earth on the leaves now. But as I said, I'll need to do that again in a few nights' time. So let's go on to something else. Well, here's a beauty. Another coffee break I'm having. I thought I'd share this with you because it's in bloom. Pachura oreo. It's a primary cross. Its common name is the broadleaf Masdevallia. It comes from Ecuador, Peru, and this is considered a warm to cool grower. So if you're looking for a Masdevallia which might be suitable to your temperatures in your warmer greenhouse, then give Pachura a go. It's considered as a miniature, but look at the size of it. Well, my plant, I don't think that's a miniature, but that's what they say it is. It's a miniature. It has short tails. If I can get my hand in here, if you can see, it has a lot shorter tails than other Masdevallias, especially on the dorsal sepals. But yeah, it is an amazing little Mazzy. What else do I know about this then? Not a great deal really, but I thought I'd share that with you while it's in here. I don't know if I can get any closer. I'll try and do a bit of a better picture. I don't think I'm going to get in there. You can see they're truly amazing little orchids. Truly amazing. Yeah, well, that's something thought I'd share with you. Let me crack on now. I've got to do some watering, but I'm not going to bore you all to tears with me watering all these Masdevallias. So I'll set up, I'll show you how I do one, and I'll crack on. So catch you in another job that I'm going to do this week, that I do at the moment, possibly once a week, is to water these Masdevallias. Well, you've all seen the videos before. You know what I use. I use the old pump spray and the good old Lance. And basically, I just give them a little bit of water just around the top of the pot. I don't give them too much. We're coming into winter. It's autumn. It's still cold in this greenhouse. I think the temperature's at the moment about 15 degrees in here. It's about 9:30 in the morning. So yeah, I just give them a little bit around the top just to keep the bark and the medium moist, and that's all I give them this time of year. So I think I've covered most of the jobs I've got to do this week. I've tried to do it over a couple of days, what I've got to do, what I haven't done. Now I'll take you around, because there's a lot of new subscribers. I'll show you what I have got in here and what we've got in spike at this moment in time. Most of you know I've got a few draculas. This is Dracula Felix. I'm hoping you can see those. They're all future spikes, inflorescence coming out, and again down here on this side there's about 3 down there. Look, a lot of new growth, even coming through the new growth here. Yeah, and around the other side. So hopefully Dracula Felix, I'll just move back so you can get a better shot of the plant. Dracula Felix should be putting some spikes up for us in the near future. Well, I've only got about 10 or 12 Draculas. I keep them all hanging up. They're hanging higher at the moment because obviously I like to give them a little bit more light than they'd normally get in the summer. But you can see new growths appearing on them. You know, this is still old, I forgot the name of it, Chestertonii. I still don't think that bud's going to do anything, but looking the other day, there's a couple more there coming out, look. So Chestertonii may well, eventually, we might get a bloom out of it, but fingers crossed still on that one. At the centre of shot at the moment. It might open, I don't know. The others are still looking okay. There's movement down there on that Dracula, that's Polyphemus. This one is I'm trying to look at the label at the same time as hold the camera. Lead Tapis, but a lot of new growths, look. And another more or less centre of shot. We just see it peering over the top of the pot. Is another spike forming. This is my Dracula Chimera. I don't think that one's going to blast now. You can see on the inflorescence where we've had a couple of attempts at producing a bloom, but with the weather we've had in this greenhouse, they all blasted. There's another one there that's actually gone again, look, you see. But that might well push on and push out. But I'd like to say something about these Draculas. See this? These pots. What I use for these Draculas. I wouldn't recommend them to anybody. They're more of a pot for aquaponics or something like that, because they're quite a sturdy pot. Very good pots, don't get me wrong. But look, the Dracula is growing through the pot. And for me, the only way when I repot this Dracula now, I'm going to have to cut that pot to get that Dracula out without damaging any of the leaves or any of its roots. So always think about your pots. Preferably, I'd like to use something like this one. So if you can get something like that, that's my Dracula citrina. Them pots are ideal. And just looking, no, that's sphagnum. We've got nothing on centrina yet, but it's doing okay. As I said, it's started pushing up a lot of new growth, but I still believe that's more because I've given it more light. They're coming on okay now. That's just a few more Draculas hanging in this greenhouse. But yeah, I'll set the tripod up and pan around so everybody can see what I have got in bloom at this moment in time. Then I want to get this video finished off and put out there so people can enjoy these mazzies and this greenhouse. Well, here we have it, viewers. I'll do a walk around shot of this greenhouse so that everybody knows what I've got. What we're looking at the moment is basically my workstation. This is where I do all my potting, mounting, and that's all the equipment and tools that I use. I try to keep it as clean as possible in here. You know, we do get a mess now and again, but there again, part of the weekly chore is to keep it clean. I'm going to go as slow as I can. You know, we've got fans in various places, you'll see. On this side, I've just got some spare mazzies that I'm bringing on. Again, I've got some more mazzies below them. We've got the 5V Chiana down here, which we potted in various media on the last video. I'll do a follow-up to them in a few weeks' time so that viewers who's following the channel know how they've gone on. Yeah, it's looking okay in here. The majority of the orchids in this greenhouse are Masdevallias. I've got a few bulbophyllums. I've got a couple of dendrobiums, but I'm no expert on any of them. I'm not really an expert on Masdevallias, but I seem to have a very good method of growing them. So, you know, I just look at these, I get new growths on this. This is a bulbophyllum trisetum that's coming okay, and there's another growth out there. But yeah, you know, mazzies is the main genus that I grow in this greenhouse. I recently started probably 18 months ago getting some draculas, and I've brought some draculas in because I love the cool to cold growers. I like all orchids really, and there's some amazing channels out there, some really good channels, and I follow them religiously. I'm probably always a couple of weeks behind looking at some of the videos, but I do find it entertaining and well worth viewing because I learn a lot off YouTube, and I'm sure a lot of you viewers have learned a lot off the channels that you follow. But all I want to really do is keep a record for myself of these mazzies. As you know, I'm really into Masdevallias. I say that on every video that I've got, that I Grow Masdevallias. I mean, I've even got them down below now, you know. So it is a hobby, and it does get addictive. You do tend to grow more and more and more and buy more and more. I mean, I've got another one on order, which I purchased a couple of weeks ago. And, you know a viewer asked me if I'd do a video on my Spanish moss. Yeah, I will definitely do a video on Spanish moss. I haven't got a lot I can show you on Spanish moss, but I've got enough growing, and it's growing quite successfully in this greenhouse. But over here, I'm also into carnivorous plants, as some of you know, because you watch the channel when I go into the other greenhouse. Well, I've got a third setup at the moment. On all of these, the penthis are due to go in that other greenhouse, and I want them to be moved in there before the winter sets in. And just down here to finish off is some of my Masdevallia divisions. Well, I hope you found that useful, viewers. I really do. And I said again, thank you very much for all the people who subscribe to this channel, follow this channel, and give me all the support. That it's really encouraging for us to know that people watch these videos. So everything I've talked about on this video, if you want to know more details of the slug control, like Diatomaceous Earth, I've done a video on it. I've done a video on our watering. Everything that we've discussed this week, I've really done a video on it. So if you look back along my videos, you'll see them. But that's it for the day this week. Anyway, I've done everything that I said I was going to do. I don't think there's anything else I can say now apart from thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. And most of all, thank you for all the people who subscribe. It really does make a difference when you know that people out there support your channel and subscribe to it. It makes it well worth it. So until next time, viewers, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you again.